Democracy only works when people are capable of ruling themselves. Today is one of those days when the eagle raised its feathers out of the cage of slavery and flew with freedom in the sky.
To being a prisoner, it said goodbye. Today is one of those days we tested the fruits of independence. Special thanks to our forefathers for this special achievement. But the question is, are we really independent? See, let me take you back a little bit. When Europeans took total control of African countries, they firstly made us believe we were inferiors and they were superiors. They made us believe that our skin color was worst and theirs was best. That white skin was beautiful and black skin was ugly. That they were intelligent and competent and we were the complete opposite. Even as uncomfortable as it feels, but even our goals were replaced. They imposed their way of living on us and we became total slaves. See, that was the past, but until today, this history still has an impact on the way we live. This mentality still lives among us. We're still mentally colonized. It is this problematic mentality that we must deal with. This mentality that is passed on from generation to generation. For decades and centuries, black people have been believed to be inferiors, not only by other races, but by ourselves as well. We still live believing whites are greater than we are. Yes, they've done more great things than we've done, but that doesn't mean we're limited. If not ourselves, nothing limits us. It's not the people who colonized us with a problem. We are the problem. Look at how we present ourselves. The picture we paint Africa on social media, constantly showing the dark side of our countries while our friends do the complete opposite, showing the beauties and the light side of their countries. But that doesn't necessarily mean they don't have ugly places, they don't have ugly doings. Instead, they choose to show how they want us to perceive them. See, we mustn't be slaves of our past. If we want to be great, we must present ourselves as great people. Dear Zambians, dear Africans, at what point are we going to take responsibility and break these stereotypes if not now? Liberty means responsibility. Progress is impossible without unity and change. And those who cannot change and unite their minds cannot change anything. If we want to change our way of living, we must first change our thinking. Because liberty has never come from a government. Liberty comes from the people. Independence or freedom is not just about politically ruling ourselves. It is also about living and embracing our own race and culture, appreciating and believing in who we are, cooperating and supporting each other. We must break and don't accept these stereotypes that our skin color makes us inferior. We must not be trapped into believing how we look is not how we must look. Seeing ourselves in the eyes of the people who don't value us. See, whether black or white, the title is the same. We're all humans. I repeat, independence also means loving, sticking, appreciating and embracing our own race and culture. But slowly by slowly, little by little, our identity and our culture is fading away and being replaced by the so-called English manners. How many more things are we going to keep doing before realizing that we are slowly losing our identity and our culture? I mean, what makes us unique if we continue copying what others have been doing? Copying is not the solution. Learning is. Independence is loving our way of doing things and doing them better and better. That's what makes Americans, Britons and Chinese unique. They believe in themselves and they support each other. There is no better time to embrace our differences and do things differently than now. No better time to believe and support each other than now. Research on medicine, test it and use it. We don't have to take it elsewhere for verification when we can do it ourselves. In our own country, Zambia, we have smart people like Dr. Ludwig Sondash, who claims to find the cure for HIV with a lot of background testimonies and obviously evidence that it works. It is these kinds of people that other countries invest in. But starting from 2000, when his research started, until today, no approval of his medicine or research by the government. They claimed they wanted proof, but I wonder where proof will come from if not from the people who are getting healed. I heard it was sent for verification in collaboration with the World Health Organization and immediately turned down. In truth, if we don't believe in ourselves and in each other's abilities, how do we expect outsiders to believe in us? Dear presidents, it's time to take advantage of every idea like that of Dr. Sondash. More lives are waiting to be saved by him before his eternal visit. For more than 2 decades, no support from the government. It hurts that during COVID-19, all we did was to sit back and wait for foreign countries to bring vaccine, inject us, and tell us that it works without really knowing what they're injecting us, but simply because they said it works. But for our own people, we claim medical proof how it works, efficiency. Isn't that mental colonization? Ladies and gentlemen, the reason we're disrespected is because we are disunited. We can't continue to be divided by our petty differences, our religion or political or racial differences. We must be united in our common interests. Whether opposition or proposition, we all share the same ground. We all want the best for our nation. It's time we raise love above hate, unity and support above conflict and jealousy. Now is the time to unite and believe in ourselves. Together we can escape this mental colonization and achieve the second phase of independence. We can only be independent together, and so, just like our forefathers did, so shall we do. There has never been a better time to unite, to collaborate, to support each other and to take responsibility than now. In recognition of Kenneth Kaunda and everyone who worked tirelessly hard to achieve the independence and freedom we enjoy today, on behalf of my nation and country, thank you. May your heroic souls rest in eternal peace. In Dr. Kenneth Kaunda's voice, one Zambia, one nation. Happy Independence Day.